Over. Yes, Leslie, that's a great question, and yes, antibiotics work exactly the same in space as they do on Earth, and we have some up here in case we need it, and we also have antibiotic wipes, just in case we cut ourselves and we want to make sure our wounds stay clean. Yes, there was a robot called Justin located in Munich, and I had an iPad, and I sent commands for what I wanted Justin to do in Munich from here in low Earth orbit. And the next steps in this work is to try to itemize an operational task list and to try to command tasks instead of just movements. And the team's really excited, and I'm really excited to do it. Thank you for the question, Jaden. Over. Well, Sarah, before I came to the space station, I thought Earth was beautiful, and when I got here, my perspective got even stronger. Earth is beautiful. I'm amazed at how thin our atmosphere is, but it's very nice. The Earth is very round and very beautiful, and so it's a great bigger picture, big perspective to see from ISS. Over.
IZ6AGIQ, over.
Well, the first day in space for any astronaut is to just make sure we're feeling okay. And so it's making sure the vehicle's running right and make sure that we're taking care of our bodies as we go through the changes that are associated with flying in space on the first few weeks. Over.
ISS IZ6AGIQ.
That's a really good question, Johan. And I wouldn't say the immune system becomes impaired, but we live in a very sterile environment because we don't want people to get sick up here. It's too dangerous. So our immune system becomes inactive or less tolerant of or less resilient to bugs. So when we go back home, we have to be really careful for a few months just to make sure we don't get sick. Over. Well, we get to see all the seasons in one day when we go around the Earth, and so what we see from a change are just kind of gradual changes. It goes from desert to a little bit colder with a little bit of water, and then you have a lot colder with ice and snow, and then it starts to coming back to the green areas again, and then it comes back into the brown areas. So that's pretty much it. Over. Well, like it's same on Earth. As we get older and older, our bodies get a little bit tired, so we have to take care of them. We have a very rigid exercise program to make sure that that process slows down for us while we're up here. Over. We use the robotic arm to exchange equipment. We use the robotic arm to move people around outside the station when we do spacewalks, and we also use the robotic arm's camera to take a look at different parts of the station outside. Over. Hi, Brenna. Spacewalks are very difficult on your body, and so the biggest challenge is to be prepared so that you can minimize the amount of wear and tear on your body. You have to calculate and plan every movement that we do out there, so that getting all that preparation done is the challenge. Over. You bet, and one of the fluid mechanics experiments we're starting is capillary flow, and that's trying to measure and do research on how fluids flow through small capillaries. And a lot of that research will have a good impact on machines, on how we flow oil through capillaries, or how we design systems in the future to operate in space. Over. Well, it depends what you mean by space. If you're talking about aboard International Space Station, well, we've had humans up here for a year, but that's with full life support systems, obviously, so that people can survive. But we have not found anything that can survive out in space, in the vacuum of space, with no water, with all the radiation that's out there. It's a very harsh environment, and we don't really expect that life could survive there. Over. Oh, the same process would take place as in Earth. Your sinuses get clogged, and you maybe have a headache or you cough or things like that. But it's a little bit different because if your sinuses get clogged or your ears get plugged, it's a big deal because you don't have gravity to pull it out. You have to really work at it to make sure you're clean and take medications to make sure you can clean out your sinuses to avoid any damage. Over. The experiment I'm spending a lot of time on right now is called Veggie, and we're growing lettuce in our facility, and it's pretty cool because the plants are doing great. We know exactly how much water to give them, and I get to eat a little bit. And in fact, tonight I'll be eating a little bit of lettuce as well. Over. And to the Freeport Public Schools, if you can hear me, it looks like we're losing contact. I want to thank you for a great period. It was great talking to all of you. My best wishes for more success, and I look forward to meeting you when I return to Earth.